Josh. It's been so long. I don't even know how to start a YouTube video anymore. Hey guys, it's Erin, and I know I haven't uploaded like this in a while. I'm sorry. Last time I uploaded a video like this was in like December last year. So about this time last year, I made my first ever video like this, and it was about me meeting Josh. And I can't watch it because I didn't know how it worked, and I was so awkward. So I think that it's been a year almost since I did that video, and I recently met Tyler. So why not make a video explaining it, because I briefly explained it on my kind of emotional roadshow vlog, but I didn't really go into detail enough, and everyone's a bit confused about it and stuff, so I wanted to kind of explain it. First off, the show was on Friday night at around 7 o'clock, and I started lining up Thursday morning around 8 o'clock, something like that. I made a friend in line. Her name is Amy. She's amazing. She was the person I stuck with for the rest of the day. We went out for lunch because we were hungry. We were sitting outside for 36 hours. We were hungry. We went out to get lunch, and we like went into the city. Well, the venue's in the city, and then you take like a small tram to the actual like Flinders Street and Swanston Street, and we just walked. It wasn't that far. We went near the venue last year where we saw them, because last year I saw them at the Forum in Melbourne, which is like really tiny, and then they went to Rod Laver Arena. So anyways, we went there and we like looked, we're like, oh, the memories, because I went to night 1, she went to night 2. I met Josh, she met Tyler, and we're like, oh, the memories, and we were just like really kind of emotional. We walked like a street up, and we're like, okay, a bit tired. We like sat down for a bit, we're on our phones, and we kept seeing, we were like, oh, what if we run into Tyler and Josh? And we're like, we kept seeing these women who looked like Jenna. We're like, is that, no, it's not. We're like, there's a woman with blonde hair and blue eyes, it's Jenna. We're like, we kept seeing people who looked like Jenna. And we sat down in front of this hotel, and we're like, just on our phones, and I look up and like grabbed my friend's arm, and I was like, and she's like, what do you want? No, she wasn't at me. She was like, yeah. And I looked up and I'm like, that's Jenna. And then I'm like, no. And she's like, wait. And we're just like, that's actually Jenna. And she was with Tatum, Zach's wife. Zach is Tyler's brother. Yeah. And we're like, oh my god. And then I kind of like looked around, because we were kind of like, there was kind of like this little block, and we were kind of sitting there, and I looked around, and then Tyler and Zach like walked past, and I'm so thankful that I wasn't wearing merch at the time. I was wearing a white jumper. I was wearing the shirt I wore when I met Josh last year, and I was like, if they saw my merch, they would have just ran. We were outside of our hotel, and it turns out that was their hotel, so they probably thought of one of those people like, oh, it's like, stay outside their hotel until they come out. But I'm like, no, don't do that. So like they walked past, and like we were sitting down because we like looked at them. We looked at Jenna and Tam, were like, oh my god. And then Zach and Tyler walked past, and we're like, yep, that's them. And like Zach must have known that we knew who they were, and he kind of just looked at us like, oh shit, because he's probably not used to like people like. It's his brother. He doesn't see his brother as a musician. He probably sees his brother as his brother. So that's fair enough. He kind of gave us a dirty look, but I also think he just has a resting bitch face. So I had the fear of meeting them and like them being in a bad mood and being left with the thought that like, oh my god, when I met Tyler, he was really rude. Like that's just I was scared that was the impression left on me. Like, and we walked on, like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. They walked past and they were at the traffic lights, and we're like, I was like, I don't want to do this, and I'm like, oh, I do, but I don't. My friend Amy was like, no, I can't, so I pulled her, and I just kind of like went on like, hi, and Tyler was like, oh, hi, because they didn't really want to meet fans, because like they said like no to meeting people at the airport. There was no kind of like meet and greets, like radio meet and greets in Australia, so I was like, I can't really meet them. And I wanted to go I was originally going to go to the airport, but couldn't do that because they said no. I was like, that's fine. Anyways, we stopped them at the lights. I said hi. Tyler awkwardly said hi. And I didn't know what to say, and I was like, can we get a picture? And he was like, oh, sorry, we can't have pictures because we're staying there. And he pointed at the hotel. And he's like, we just want to keep it on the down low. Please don't tell anyone. We were like, yeah, it's fine. And it was kind of awkward for like 2 seconds. And then he had his hand in his pocket because he's like, because they just think now if they don't like hugging fans, they just meet on the streets because they could be sick, they could get them sick, couldn't perform. Simple as that. That's pretty fair. He had his hand in his pocket so that like we knew like not to hug him. He reached out his hand to my friend Amy and was like, "Hi, I'm Tyler, what's your name?" And Amy was like, "Oh, I'm Amy." And he's like, "Nice to meet you, Amy." And I was kind of just like staring at Jenna and she was like that to me and I'm like, and she was kind of like that the whole time because the sun was in her eyes. I'm like, oh, God, she's so gorgeous in real life. Anyways, Tyler kind of like had his hand out and he was like, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "Oh, Erin." He's like, "It's a pleasure to meet you, Erin." And I'm like, and then he's like, "You guys going to the show tomorrow night?" And we're like, "Oh yeah, well, we're camping right now." And he's like, "Wow, thank you." And Jenna was just like sitting there smiling and I kind of turned over and Zach was just like waiting for us to leave. And Amy kept saying, Amy was like talking to Tyler and was like, "Oh, thank you for your music, I'm actually going to Perth for your show." And Tyler was like, "Oh, thank you for your support," and stuff like that. And then like I was too awkward to say anything and I regret it so much. I just wish I actually got something out. We didn't want to like make them feel awkward, so we quickly were like, "Oh, thank you for stopping," and then I was like, "Thank you for your music and everything," and Tyler's like, "Oh, it's okay, see you around." And then this part, oh my god, we kind of like went to walk and my friend, like I was shaking so much. I forgot to put this part in. When Tyler was talking to my friend, I was just like standing there like this and I had my phone there because like he said no pictures like with him because like we were outside his hotel and he didn't want people like, "Oh, I know this building, oh they must be staying there." So like that's fair, they didn't want pictures because they didn't want people finding their hotel. It's completely fair, like I'd rather have the conversation that we had than like have a picture and just leave. But like Amy was talking to Tyler and I was like, I had my phone there and I was shaking and I put my phone in my pocket. I quickly like snapped a couple pictures of him shaking Amy's hand and I was just shaking and I'm like, "Oh, sorry," like I was shaking so much. And he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it." And I'm like, such a sweetheart. And then anyways, we walk away and it was kind of like a little drive, like kind of like a little alleyway that like cars go to like the back of the hotel. And my friend Amy just dropped and she's like, "I can't feel my legs, I can't walk." And I'm like, "They're right there, we have to go, they probably think we're insane." So I pulled her off the road and then like we got to the footpath and we just kind of dropped down and she just started crying and I hugged her and I was like crying as well. And I looked up at Tyler just as the lights went and he like Zach and Tatum had already kind of walked off and then Jenna and Tyler were kind of just like right about to go and Tyler just turned around and was like, "Oh," and went like that and then Jenna kind of pulled him along and I was like, "Oh my god." So he kind of just like went, "Oh," and then I was like, "Oh my god." And then yeah, and that was it. And they walked off and we like called our friends. We didn't like really call anyone in line because they told us like, "Don't tell people that we're out and about, we just want to have a nice day in the city." We're like, "Yep, that's fine." I told my friends that don't like Torn Paths as much. I told like my friends from school and there were only 2 girls in line that we told and they were people that we trusted and that they didn't want to meet them, like they didn't want to go out and meet them, which is fine. Anyways, that was amazing. I can't believe I met him. Yeah, I just wanted to make like a kind of full-length video on this instead of just the quick recap that I did on my Emotional Roadshow vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, like this video if you enjoyed it, comment your thoughts if like, have you met them? Like, I don't know, tell me your experience. I want to know. I like finding out other people's experiences with meeting the boys. They're really sweet. All my social medias are down below in the description. If you want to watch my video about meeting Josh, it's here. If you want to see my video about Emotional Roadshow, it's here where I did like a brief explanation, but it's mostly the actual show. But yeah, check those out, really appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time, hopefully with an edit. I haven't done an edit in ages, but also a video like this because it's kind of fun to make. Okay, see ya.